right.
Okay. All right, unknown. If you don't ban it here, I legit think they're just gonna. Well, I mean, third is so early.
Yeah, it's just
But
that like
does it
I
matter?
don't feel like these, the teams that actually played against NoPing, they have the right idea about countering Medusa. They're picking anti-mage, and I think that's not really what you want to do. Like, if you actually want to counter Medusa, why not keep the Nyx open and see what NoPing does? I think you can play heroes like PL, heroes like even we talked about Slark. Obviously, not great when you have the Viper, but yeah, I just feel like, considering the way they've been countering Medusa so far, I would just be happier with the Medusa being banned, because then they don't really have to think about it. They can just play normal Dota 2,
Well, Nyx is a big part of it too. That's a scaling mana burn that historically has been pretty good against Dusa. And we're seeing Dusa pop out in games where, surprise, surprise, Nyx Assassin's banned right away. So that just opens up one of these potential big historic counters, which just adds to Medusa's weight. But they're back for the Viper. They're going to stick to what feels good. I do like the Viper opener for what it's worth, not just because I've been playing him in pubs, but he's a flex pick. Off lane, mid lane, gives you a break. Really nice, well-rounded opener here.
I'm really surprised how Pun actually makes this here work. I just see him like being dove, TPing to base with no boots at 8 minutes, walking around with 300 move speed, and I'm like, dude, is this actually going to work? But they do make it work.
Caught. Okay, this helps the exact problem they had last time in terms of trying to maneuver around the tide.
Oh boy,
there he is.
Same. Oh, do they just Medusa here? I hope they just Medusa right now. I wouldn't be mad with Kato Medusa.
No. You wait, and then you don't ban the Medusa, and you take that first pick out of the next phase. And you see, you let NoPing ban their own Medusa.
Or
then you let them ban a bunch of heroes that are good.
I like that trend.
Yeah,
You're really thinking today, man. You're on.
Yeah. That's the drafter. That's how they get back into the series right there. Widge is going to pick Earth Spirit again right here. I don't know, actually. What did we take last time here?
Mars, Ember, something in that?
No, I mean in the last game. Good thinking, though. The Ember and the Coddle. I'm trying to remember what other core they picked in the first phase, and I can't
they played Zeus with Kato one time. That was pretty pog.
Zeus is a sleeper, man. I think that hero is
Edge.
Underrated right now. Maybe not in this draft specifically, but
with Kato,
damage.
Good. Yeah, I actually think it's a decent response to Dusa, because you have like constant damage from really far away. So, until that Tidehunter gets a blink, and even then, you're still a Zeus canceling blinks everywhere. I actually kind of like it.
This is a huge problem. They just spent like all their reserve time. All right, I do like that. They at least took the jug early because they know it's getting banned, so that probably means they're not going to
remember what I said last game. They love this hero. If it's available, they take it. They were the ones to ban it last game, so not surprised to see them prioritize it.
All right. It's not a good Kato pairing, but it's a good hero. All right, there we go, boys.
Wow.
Yeah, they clicked the button. All right.
Big stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. It's happening here on Dota Pit.
Unknown Esports. Let's go. So what else does HFN play? Are we going to break the streak? Is he going to win a game with something other than Dusa? What's his next best hero?
Wraith King, Alchemist, and AM, and they lost all 3 games. But he plays a lot of different stuff. He plays Luna. He's a really good Terror Blade. He's overall a really versatile carry, but he does like the greed boys. What else is pretty greedy here? Maybe
Arc Warden.
Yeah, I think he can play it.
I don't know why I like that hero so much. I have had a full circle with that hero. I used to hate him, and now I've come to love him. And I don't know when the hate's going to start again, but
probably
maybe
next time you lose
buffed.
to him.
Yeah. I haven't lost to him in a while because he's pretty bad.
Yeah, he is.
Especially in my bracket, hero. Trent, easy hero to counter.
Oh, that Rubik pick, that was probably the hero. I mean, I guess they just really want to jug that. Maybe that was the actual debate they were having, was to take the Rubik or the jug, because Rubik versus Viper Tide is extremely good.
Yeah, I agree. But then I also feel like your support duo is really squishy, right? You have this Kato Rubik. Do you want that necessarily?
10 seconds remaining.
You don't really rotate that well. I think the Air Spirit did a lot in terms of rotating the first game.
Yeah, I was trying to think if I'm okay with them just instantly Earth Spring again, and I think I am.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it.
They go Potom instead.
That makes this an Ember game. But they don't want to Ember into the Viper. But like with Mirana and Keeper.
Yeah, I don't like this Mirana. I think it has 0 synergies right now, and most of the synergy heroes are not even good.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, OD's banned. They can't pick Ember into Viper, more than likely. That sounds kind of ugly.
Like, even Puck is not that good because you can move around the coil anyways. So
yeah.
Not a big fan. You know, you had Shaker. You had Shaker, and you got Mirana here.
Speaking of Shaker, looks like a decent Shaker game. Like every game, turns out.
Oh my! I love when we get this deep into a long league or a group stage. You really get to hear Trent's patterns. Kunkka, the last pick, Kunkka today, and now in this current meta, it's all about the Earth Spirit
and the Earth
guys,
Shaker.
you want a stat?
Don't forget him.
and the Earth Shaker. He's an Earth man.
Oracle's
What?
100% win rate.
I have a hot stat here. Oracle
Ah.
Medusa, 100% win rate in
10
entire
seconds
DPC.
remaining.
What's the win rate of just Oracle? Do you know?
Wow.
Off the top of your head. I don't know if you had that.
That is a
you know.
good question that I cannot answer, Trent.
I feel like it's probably pretty high. I'm going to check.
Putting me on spot, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's. Trust me, I know. I've done the stats life. That's what everyone does every single time. They hit you with the
Now,
the
Trent,
instant
if
questions you
were
weren't ready
to
for. It's
insert
52.5%.
That's pretty good.
52? Okay.
Yeah.
That's admirable. Nothing broken, but they do go back for the Mars. So pretty solid
10
team fight. We see this pairing with the Coddle. You know, 2 big ultis.
Little update. Still no Pudge picks across the entire DPC. Just so everyone knows.
Good.
No Pudge picks or
Great. bans,
for the record.
I wonder.
Also, still no Necrophos picks, just 4 bans.
I like the Mars here. I think it's their first Mirana Arrow combo.
Give me a DP. Give me a Morphling. Give me some sick Oracle partner here.
Why Mars over Sand King, do you think? Do you think the Mars arena is harder for the Oracle to play around?
And the TIE Hunter. I think you're just locking down regardless of the
Kraken and stuff? Yeah, I think that's probably why, too.
Another repeat for HFN now. That's the King.
Okay.
It's a fine pick. I wonder why they went for Oracle here specifically. There's no
I would
real
say
like
the Mirana.
obvious dispel. Is that enough? Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
I think it's pretty good in that instance. You can also like maybe false promise to get a little bit more value out of someone.
I mean, I like
Glimmer.
Oracle in a vacuum. It's just I'm curious. Like there isn't really a combo or
Dispel versus blinding light. There's a lot of little things.
Yeah,
It adds up.
Darkseer was
That's
open,
fair.
but it doesn't actually look like a good Darkseer game. So, yeah, it's a good hero for sure. Especially when
Blind
you
is
have
annoying.
life still. Like that Titan is probably going to get a Vlad's. Wraith King has the aura, so he actually
That's true.
he has a third
I always
life.
forget
pretty
about
much.
that.
10 seconds
Yeah, that
remaining.
really helps with false promise if you're swinging away.
Mhm.
It's
5
goofy.
seconds remaining.
Ember ban,
Forced to ban it themselves, yeah.
Invoker ban. Invoker would have been pretty nice. Alacrity with Jug. That's a classic.
Mana
Hey, by
Drain
the
for
way,
Wraith King.
Trent,
Yeah.
I just want to tell you how right you were about Solar Crest
10
on a support
seconds
when Juggernaut's on your team.
Right?
That shit is game winning.
Oh,
It
it's
is
broken.
And every time I see a Jug in a pro game now and they don't get a Solar Crest, a little bit of me goes, "You could have done so much more."
See those Omni slashes? It's nasty.
It doubles his damage. If you're like a position 4 and you get first item Solar Crest, you can straight up double your Jug's ult damage for a pretty good window. It's insane.
This oh man, I had something smart to say, but then you flattered me and I just forgot. Oh, Death Prophet. She's still in. That was my smart thing to say. Looks good with the Oracle. Pretty quality hero overall.
Team ban.
Could go for either team right now, depending on what happens here.
A fine call, mate.
What about Tiny here for our boy Dark Mago? Good versus Mirana, good versus Kato.
Well, we know he wants it. The question is the Mago in the right headspace?
10
Looks okay.
remaining.
I like it actually. I guess they do have less people in no, so if
5
they go for the
seconds
Tiny, it's a little. I guess they can just flex. They can play.
Yeah.
They can probably just give Oracle to Matthew and Panda plays Viper 4 if they get a good matchup.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely some merit to that flex there. Whatever this hero is, being able to do both. Like even Void Spirit, I think could work in that same regard. Maybe a Matthew Void Spirit, or a Mid Viper, depending on what you need.
Puck makes it all the way through.
Arena.
Also,
I mean, Matthew Ember Spirit is one of the reasons why they probably went for that ban, right? Because he spams that 4 Ember.
Yeah.
Radiant team pick.
All right. What if you Green Stroke here?
wow. For NoPing.
Yeah, they did play mid Grim. You have Wraith King stun, Oracle stuff, Viper stuff.
You're up a game.
Yeah. I would put it in the like, it's okay. If you really want to play it, sure, it can work.
What about Enigma, too? I mean, they only have... I mean, they don't actually have any cancel for BKB.
True.
They could flex that around, too.
I actually prefer that. I mean, it's just that the Tide... It's harder to flex the Tide than it is to flex the Viper, for NoPing at least, because they play a lot of support Viper. But yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Pick.
Oh, the Void Spirit.
And the Void Spirit.
I think the Void Spirit's perfect after the Ember's banned.
Yeah.
That's
This is
really good
exactly
one.
what this hero's for. Nice and flexible, very mobile.
Jumps
Covers a
out
lot
of the
matchups.
arena, kills
Yeah.
Mirana. Everyone dies after Yules except Jug.
Yeah, and if they go Zeus here for a no of the Kato, it is a hero that threatens here. All right,
Whoa. Pretty quick pick on the Storm Spirit.
Yeah, I've probably been thinking about that since the start, right? Keeper, looking for your mana battery heroes to help out, and Storm is definitely one of them.
Yeah. I'm glad that they banned the Medusa, but I actually still feel like NoPing's draft is better. When you look at Unknown, I just dislike Storm Spirit against tanky heroes. And you have a Tide Hunter, a Wraith King with 2 lives, you have Oracle.
Yeah.
Maybe the Kato could swing that a little bit, but overall, it just feels like you just spend your mana, and even if you get a Q, you die. And that's never something that you want with the Storm.
Right, he zips on Oracle and gets Yules, then he just dies.
Yes.
So then he's building defensive items, which slows down his game. So then a lot of the burden's being passed to his allies. So like Drakeel needs to hit really good arenas. They need some good arrows. They don't really have an amazing setup, and the Omnis have to be on point. Whereas I feel like NoPing just have to hit buttons and let Radiance burn. It's like, oh, I pressed R on Tide.
Yeah. It looks way easier for NoPing. I wonder why they kind of snap picked the Storm here. It really does look like a pretty tough Storm game to me. I think RoboZ really needs to have a good performance.
Yeah, it's that bait. You see the save hero and are like, all right, I'm going to kill the save hero all the time, but you have a lot of counter initiation. I also feel like the carry matchup for HFN is better. So there's not a lot of stuff that Unknown has here. They don't have that Beastmaster to take early towers.
They got Spin TP. That's something.
They do.
Spin TP is always very quality. They have
Spin TP
Storm
doesn't take
zip
the
in,
action.
zip out, Chakra. That's
Storm
something.
TP or a Spin TP does not take the Ancient. Bowie, those are amazing words of advice. And we'll
I
see
got
if
nothing
they
after
take
that.
heed.
I'm still taking
Gary,
Unknown, though.
it's your turn, buddy. How you feeling? 2-0 or 2-1? What's the call?
It's starting to look a bit like a 2-0 here. Ride or die with a king, and when the panel starts to struggle to see what Unknown's draft can accomplish going into that mid-game against that Radiance timing of the Wraith King Theban, do you think Unknown will struggle that much?
I think they're going to struggle quite a lot this game. They're so reliant on this Mars and Mirana to pop off in the early game because the Storm by himself is not going to be able to do a whole lot in this game. You're playing against Tide. It's going to buy a pipe really early. We saw him do that in game 1 against the Puck. He's going to do the same thing against the Storm, this Mirana, the Kato, Mars. There's going to be so much magic damage that's going to be mitigated. And I think that's going to be their biggest problem. And then the Storm also needs to jump into an Oracle, which we saw, I think, the previous time when Panda Boo played it with the Timbersaw. That Storm could not do anything to that Oracle. He was so on point with those Fate Seed, casting it on himself, and always prepared for the Storm jumping in.
It's like he wasn't necessarily looking for the Storm, right? He was like, I see another enemy hero within 1,000 range of me. I'm using Fate Edict now. I know, as soon as they've got vision of me, I have to be ready. It was a pretty stunning performance from him. And also, Storm against Viper mid.
It's a pretty hard matchup for the Storm, to be honest, until he's like level 6. So around level 5, we'll see the Storm just go straight into the jungle. Storm is the kind of hero that's good against melee mid laners, because every time they walk in, you can just Remnant and hit them with the Overload, or you can Electric Vortex into a Remnant and hit them with the Overload. But against Viper, you can't be doing any of that. corrosive skin also really annoying for the Storm to deal with. Magic resistance.
Yeah, super annoying, but a nice little move from Unknown into that Radiant Triangle. Oscar's going to front line, spots them, and realizes very quickly that's not a zone he wants to be in. Early.
I really do like the draft adjustments that they did on NoPing side.
What, after the Medusa got banned?
Not really the Medusa, but in general, like they didn't go with the support Viper again, and they made the Void Spirit into a 4 after seeing like the Storm Spirit, because they could have had the Viper support again, and Void goes mid, right? But it really depended on what the matchup mid was. So once they see the Storm, they're like, okay, never mind. It's a lot better to put the Viper mid this game.
Then it all works out. Kotl trying to use his vision, this early Observer Ward, to get away from Pandaboo. Pretty speedy there with his Windlace.
He's going to be able to TP out after this. Unless Matthew...
He's going to snipe a Courier. Matthew does drag him back with the Aether Remnant.
Oh, yeah, no, he's so dead. Those towers hurt, man.
I don't know if that Fairy Fire or the Salve, or he's going to waste a lot of time, but he's already spent almost 200 gold just to try and waste this 10-15 seconds of their time, as he will get taken out for first blood. And they are straight back out onto their lanes with the TPs. Actually, when Pandaboo lands in that bot lane, he gets immediately arrowed. But also,
in this kind of lane... Yep, go ahead.
I was just going to say, forcing Jug to spin that early on as well. Like, you look at his mana pool right now, not feeling too hot. He's already spun twice before the laning stage has even really begun.
Oh, yeah. Kato not being there. Kato not does come top with the healing salve, so it'll be alright for the Juggernaut. This is a lane that they had to win, I think. With the Solar Bind into the Blade Fury, it's a really nice combo. Previously, this lane would have been atrocious, Gary, but ever since the Solar Bind has that magic resist reduction and the slow, we see it quite a bit.
You have some form of setup. But I guess when Void Spirit hits level 2, trying to kill off Matthew is going to be pretty difficult, so you have to focus all of your efforts on the Tidehunter, right?
Definitely. And you have to be shutting down the Tidehunter.
Well, a big wave for Oscar under his tower already. Going to need that Kotl to try and pull back. Let's see if he gets that large count
most
going.
Awkward thing for me is they have this Tidehunter pick and
bottom.
Unknown. Oh, okay.
That's it. Keep going.
I was gonna say, like, they should see the Tidehunter pick and then just go for like this Slark, Monkey, Ursa kind of heroes and try to counter up this Tidehunter. Because last game he just had way too free of a game, and they must have expected this Tidehunter to be picked up again.
Yeah, because they first phased the Juggernaut, going Kotl Jug in their opener. Something they're comfortable with. We'll see if Burner can make that work out. So a decent kill in that bot lane, like Mars plus Mirana, the spears and arrows, they do have some really nice setups onto Pandaboo. Even HFN has to be a little bit worried about his positioning in that lane stage. And both of them have the sticks. Let's see if we can get some charges up as Yadomi gets taken out by Matthew. Spin forward. Takes down Oscar though, so a trade there, and Burner gonna love that situation. Might even get another one here. Matthew, he's got a Fairy Fire, he's got a Salve, a Remnant to drag Juggernaut in. So he will escape with his life. And these side lanes all kicking off, like Drakil down bottom. Already losing his Mirana out of that lane stage, dropping incredibly low.
Kato also TP'd mid to refill the bottle of the Storm, so it's going to be late to
Juggernaut's
top, and that
alone.
means Juggernaut.
He pops his stick, gets his healing ward down, he goes for the spin. Right clicks, go on, give it to him. Matthew might actually die here just to the spin of Burner. They didn't respect that level 2 spin. Oscar, the gush slows him. Can he get another anchor smash? Drakil falls bottom lane to Pandaboo, but Burner's fine. The Juggernaut, he's given a salve, a tango, and he's grand in that top lane now.
He missed the anchor smash. Yikes. That's gonna feel really bad. Didn't get that kill into that Jug.
Yeah, then look at bot lane. They kill off the Mars, shoving a big wave under his tower. He misses out on a couple of creeps. Pandaboo's going to drag that wave back with a nice little small camp pull. And this is where Matthew can start to rotate on this Void Spirit. Look for those runes, guard them, keep the bottle refill away from the hands of Storm. And maybe even go for a kill attempt. It is a level 5 Viper, that timing you're looking for. They get the Aether Remnant on the very edge. Arrow's going to fly across, hit a range creep, but it's still the death of the Storm. And these are the big kills.
It's impossible. Storm cannot be in the lane whatsoever against a level 5 Viper. He needs to be jungling until he's level 6.
Yeah, they've even got his small camp warded up. We'll see him when he's jungling
that's
there.
Nice. Yeah. So you know he's gonna be on the left side if he doesn't walk past that ward.
It's actually in the camp and blocks him.
Yep. Should be easy to deward though. The moment they notice that the camp doesn't spawn. Yeah, RoboZ gone into jungle now. Gonna be there for a while. That means Viper is gonna be able to do a lot of damage mid, especially with the catapult coming up at 5 minutes now.
Yeah, and Kotal's given up on those top bounty runes. Comes bot to try and safeguard them there. Maybe they were looking for a kill on the Wraith King as they did spear him back. But it's going to be Mars that drops down bot. Stunned up, critted down. And Mirana TP'd mid lane. Yeah, like Kotal and Mirana both left that lane. So Drakeel is just out in the open. Stranded.
Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, this looks terrible for Unknown right now. Like, the goalie doesn't really show it, but the flow of the game, you needed Unknown to get at least a little bit ahead in this laning stage.
So his first steps.
Radiant's middle tower is
I mean, like, it's an okay move for that Mirana to get into mid. Snipes the catapult with the arrow, stops the push. Kotal does get the D ward to open up the jungle a bit for the Storm Spirit, but he's not level 6 yet. He needs that bot rune. If it spawns top, RoboZ's just like, nah, my game's over. Oh, it spawns top. DD rune. Oh, Mirana takes it under the nose of that Dark Maga Viper, but caught up underneath the Remnant. Has one more leap. Gets back behind the tier 1.
So much damage though from that poison. Almost died.
There's so much pressure. Like, Juggernaut's pressured from the very get-go. You know, the double spins he needed to use. Mid lane Storm's under pressure. And then HFN's Wraith King farming all up in that bot lane. Phase boot, and well on his way towards the Radiance already. Look at how many heroes are mid, actually. It's a 3v3 in the mid lane. Is this just to try and stop the Viper hitting your tower over and over again? And then the Void Spirit and Oracle are here to try and counteract it? Or are they guarding the Storm as he farms jungle?
I mean, it's a little bit of both, but you need to stay here, or else the Viper's just going to destroy your tower.
And you're going to die defending your tower. Decent arrow there and a ball lightning in. You've lost your Kotal, but the Dissimulate creates a bit of a gap for Matthew to dodge out. Still going to drop, though. The range projectiles from Mirana and Storm find him.
Storm's still out of mana. Has to wait for the Kotal to TP in, refill his bottle, give him some mana to keep farming. I mean, this is the best thing that Unknown can be doing at the moment. I would like to see the Void Spirit maybe going bottom or even top, trying to get a kill on one of these side laners. Like, try to get these supports to leave middle so the Viper can just take the mid tower on his own.
Force the hand. Heck, because right now it just continues.
Viper. Yeah, okay.
Matthew. It would be great if they have a bit of vision up here. Aether Remnant. Oh, not quite catching Yodomi. But it's still putting this RoboZ Storm in such a nasty spot. And Drakeel, yeah, he comes into this mid lane looking for the first utilization of the Mars Arena. There's an arrow from the Mirana, though, so Storm Spirit getting involved. Yodomi's going to actually be the one to take the kill, but it's guarded that jungle for them. The trouble is, Wraith King is on your tier 1 bot with skeletons. And Mirana there, going to struggle to deal with it. They need another hero. This tower's actually falling.
Yeah, Drakeel TPing out to mid to make that counterplay was a huge mistake in my opinion. Now they just lost a tier 1 tower for free. Juggernaut's TPing in.
He doesn't have reincarnation, does he? 4, 6, 7. He hasn't held a point. So potential there, but a Viper strike mid lane and a sentry dropped, even under the Moonlight Shadow. They'll take out the Mars.
Oh, man.
Every step of the way.
Now HFN can just TP top, take the tower up there since the Juggernaut TP'd bottom, Titan to TP's bottom, sits down there forever. Make sure that tier 1 just doesn't die. And that's kind of like a super winning position from NoPing.
Is there a timing later on that you think Unknown are maybe looking towards? You know, after the Battle Fury of Jug, after the Storm gets his kind of Orchid, Bloodstone, do you feel a scenario in which they can take fights as they scale towards mid-game?
So what they need is an Orchid, right, on the Storm. That's pretty much their biggest timing in this game. Get the Orchid, go out and fight, maybe get a kill onto the Orco instantly, and try to get something 5v4 going. The problem is their map is going to be very restricted, with this Tidehunter always ready to defend all the tier 1 towers if you throw any aggression.
I mean, just watching Matthew right now.
Top tower is under attack.
Walks up into that
They
dive
don't have
triangle.
anything.
Scout.
Yeah, you know, both of these teams don't really have solid disables that they can just, you know, point and stun and get a pick or stop these guys from running in.
Are scanning.
Where are the Earthshakers at, Gary? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's a good point. Like, Panel talked about it at the end of game 1 as that draft ended, but Storm zips in, Drakeel throws the ulti down to stop the Viper chasing him. Pandaboo gonna get clicked out by Widge, but in comes Tide, level 9 Oscar, ready with a Ravage. And he wants to shove this tier 1. Storm's back onto Dark Mago, but walks into the Ravage. The Nether Toxin there as well, and the Storm just destroyed. Sure, Drakeel's back in with the Gods Rebuke, but Mirana, the 3rd kill on the ticket there, and Omnislash Bounty back in for the Dissimulate, and the tanky Tide just stands his ground. Now it's the Kotal's turn. Gets whacked down, the spin should be able to gather up Burner, a kill at the very least. But now he spins
want
over
him.
with no Omnislash. He drops the healing ward. It's immediately dispatched with the Ether Remnant, and the Viper just slowly but surely tickling him down. It's a 5-man wipe, 10 minutes in.
Beautiful. That was beautiful. That was so beautiful. That Ravage from Oscar while the Storm was zipping in, so he couldn't like, he didn't even wait, right? He just threw out the Ravage. He knew the tentacles will hit the Storm as soon as he comes out of the ball. No hesitation, gets the kill. And then they try to keep going one by one. Juggernaut wanted to get the Omni onto the Viper, but Viper just kited him back. And he threw out the Omni anyway, hoping that it would bounce onto the Viper.
And do you know what I'm going to say next, Theban?
There's a butt.
There's a big butt.
There's a
HFN.
big butt.
What has he got? Is that an 11-minute relic?
Oh boy, that is enormous. That's not even a big butt. That's more like there's a big and. There's a big and on top of everything that's happened.
Whoopsie.
Oh man. HFN free
boy.
farming. He's playing the dream game. Gary, you could be this Wraith King and you could have had 11-minute relic.
That's how well the game's
In
going
this game.
for him. Even I.
Dire's top tower
My
is
That
under
I mean, his teammates are just doing all the work for him, right?
Yeah.
He literally hasn't had to do anything but take this bottom tower.
So much space. Like, we've seen plenty of, 13-minute, 14-minute radiances. Like, yeah, that's good timing. This is coming at what, like 12:30, 12:45?
Dire's top tower
Incredibly
is
speedy.
The thing is,
109
Unknown
CS.
done this to themselves, right? Like NoPing coming off of a 2-game winning streak, not like series, but the games, and then game 3 they gave them all the comfort heroes, especially with the Dusa, and now NoPing have a lot of confidence in themselves as a team. You can see the way that they're playing; it's so fluid. There's no hesitation whatsoever. Even Oscar with his Ravage, like there was just zero hesitation.
is under attack.
Yeah,
And
and
that's what happens when you win a couple of games.
Yeah, and I feel like Dota 2, very much at this level, we very rarely see redundancy. We very rarely see heroes waiting around for something to happen unless it's a planned defense of a tower or a Roshan, something like that. But, Kotal's kind of waiting around mid, dying. Storm Spirit's waiting around in the jungle for camps to spawn. You got heroes
Yeah,
that
they
don't
got-
really have a
they got the
place or a
Orchid
plan.
now. But they're like headless chickens at the moment on Team Unknown. They realize all their movements are not working out, and they're trying to think like, where did they go wrong? They probably went wrong when they didn't counter this Tidehunter.
Well, they got
in this
Battle
game.
Fury. Burner's farming away. And with that Storm Orchid, it looks like they're going to try a smoke with the Kotal. Oh, maybe not. He's centering. He's looking for observer wards. Storm Spirit just going to wander forward. They are all together. A tight-knit group here from Unknown. Gathering up and taking control back. Yeah, 13.5-minute Radiance coming through from HFN with stacks still to be taken.
Okay, that's nice. Goes to the jungle, finds a 4-stack of big camp. Must feel amazing, HFN, to be a king.
Dire's
Straight back up to
bottom
800
tower
gold.
is under
Yeah,
attack.
finishing off his wand. Juggernaut is on a high ground? How did he get up there? How did...
Aether Remnant?
Yeah, must have been. I mean, He's gonna have to get recalled by the Kotl. They have smoked in behind Panda Boost. Storm zips in towards the Oracle.
That's
In
a
we
nice
go
recall.
with the damage, but they don't have the finisher.
Oh, he's
Now the
alive.
turnaround. The Mars Arena catching the Viper, but the Storm Spirit is pretty much out of mana. The Omni Slash bouncing back into Dark Mago. They're gonna pick up the Viper here, just a bit more damage. Finish him off. Somebody kill this Viper, for God's sake. Take him down. Oh my God, Dark Mago's still alive. No, it can't be happening. They don't get a single kill.
This is the biggest disaster. And the Oracle
when the
also,
storm's
they
dying.
hesitate. Dude, they did not cast any... Oh, God.
Oh,
They just let everybody live. The Oracle, you know, you need to commit. You need to kill him. Make it a 5 versus 4. You got the Orchid.
that was meant to be your great moment of brilliance.
Bottom tower is under attack.
What did they lose? They lost Mars and Storm. Got nothing in return. Bounty runes. We're going to get 3 bounty runes for the Radiant team. HFN's going to clear out their Ancients. From Radiance at 13.5 minutes to, you know, 1,500 gold in the bank. Almost 10k at 15 minutes.
The Viper is also really tanky. Sanj, Dragonlance, gonna have SNY soon. Tidehunter. I wish the Tide just finished his pipe though. He went for a dagger just now. He has a hood ready. Wants to go for Solar Crest ready next, but a pipe would just be the nail in Unknown's coffin right now.
Yeah, it feels that way. Oh, Burner back to farming. He doesn't even have his Yasha done yet, does he? Yeah, Battle Fury, Blade of Alacrity coming out. And this is where
Dire's middle tower
the reign of the one true king, it does begin.
top tower is under
HFN's shoving towers. He's on your tier 2 mid with a catapult. You try and slow it down all you want with arrows, but that doesn't hit the cart. That captures Dark Mago from the side. So this push does not stop, and they have that Blink Ravage. In we go with the Tidehunter onto the Storm. Chain stun him and crit him down. It's looking pretty over for Team Unknown. Getting obliterated like that.
Dire's middle tower.
Another arrow from Mirana. Yeah, little by little you'll slow it, but Juggernaut's being tracked back here by Matthew. I guess he's got spin
You know,
TP.
HFN
Does he have spin
coming back for
TP?
this.
He's trying for it. One crit. Can we do it? The one true king. He can't get on top of him.
No.
Oh.
Listen, HFN TP'd in, not for the Juggernaut.
Oh, yeah?
He saw someone taking his Ancients. He's like, oh, no, you don't. And then he went in there and used his crit to slap the Ancient, Gary, not the Jug.
To take the aggro away. It's mine.
You know, he needs that creep. Yeah, exactly. This man thinks
Radiant's
GPM.
bottom tower is under attack.
Sees Juggernaut, he's like, nah, the chance of us killing him, even with a crit, only like 2%, not worth it.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Oh, he's got his Yasha up on HFN. That's going to be an SNY, right? My mind... my mind tells me SNY, but my heart is going, please, Manta style. Role play as an alchemist.
No.
Get some rating
He's-
illusions.
Surely he's just gonna go Kaya Yasha, Gary. Come on.
Oh, that's a sick idea.
That's a sick. I knew it.
Dire are
What do you mean you
You're
knew
one
it?
of them. I knew
No,
it.
I would never, ever advocate for that. Yule's Remnant, Storm Spirit caught up, Chain Stun, not quite. Gets the ball away. Mirana there. Combo break in that move from the Radiant team, but they'll find Yodomi as he tries to break up the staircase. HFN on a killing spree. Rolling forward, and Juggernaut, he does have spin TP again, so it looks like he's going to try and cut one more wave before falling back. Oh, Drakeel, though.
Dire's top tower.
Spear back onto the Wraith King. No TP for 7 seconds, so he's going to get hounded by Matthew. Caught up again. Killed off quickly. A double kill, in fact. Coming through from that mid lane down to bot.
Yep, got a dagger now on HFA. He's running around the map, just blinking in on Kotl, Mirana, whoever's the easy targets. Robo Z. He finished his Orchid some time ago, right? Guess how much gold he's got since then.
Like 150. It's not
See,
much.
he has 500 in the bank.
Oh no. Dear
500
me.
in the-
At least he's got a
Yeah,
Kotl, so, you know, Bloodstone would be nice, but I've got Chakra Magic level 4. I've got Summon.
Yeah. And Mirana going for an Ags first item. That's never a good sign. I play a lot of Mirana. You know, this item is so good on Mirana, but is actually game losing.
Too much money expended? for...
It's just weird. It's like you're a 4, so you need to
Yo.
have more team impact instead of damage.
Have you seen what HFN's doing, by the way? He's diving tier 4s and solo killing the
Yep.
Storm. Does he die? Reincarnation? Oh, false promise. There we go. Gonna save him
heal
up.
him.
Meanwhile, Tide Hunter
Yes,
and this Void Spirit chasing down the Mirana. The leap back, the TP home. Successfully makes it out of there.
Yep.
Radiant's top tower. is
20 to
under
7, though. You called this, what, 5-6 minutes in? The flow of the game, not feeling good.
Oh, it was awful, the flow of the game. I said at the start, Mars and Mirana have to pop off if Unknown want to have any chance in this game. You see the Storm, he's got Orchid, he's zipping in his Orchid people, but he got no follow-up whatsoever.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
This Mars is sitting on phase boots and is soaring.
I was just about to ask,
That is...
does he have something on Courier? Oh, he has Blink on Courier. Thank God.
Yeah, he just got... But it's like 20 minutes, right? When do you normally get Blink on Mars? Maybe you get your first item by, what, 14 minutes?
Yeah.
It's extremely
Radiant's
delayed.
middle tower is under attack.
And into Roshan, go NoPing. Looks like they're going to try and give it to Dark Mago. Illusion Rune there for HFN with his S&Y Blink Dagger. It looks like it might be time to finish this one off, honestly. Bot lane can get shoved towards tier 2s. They can take control of that dire triangle, go mid and bot.
They got
As
Mars.
they have the Mars caught up in a Yules.
Oh, he didn't drop the Remnant.
They've still got the chase, though, with another Yules up. The Viper has one himself. Striking onto Drakil. Say goodbye. Meanwhile, Yodomi's Kotal is waiting around for something to happen. Hiding by his observer board. Can Juggernaut 1v9? Can he solo carry this game? Aghanim Scepter with Swift Slash? Get some big ultis bouncing around? Your silence is deafening, and I'll take that as a definitely not.
Dire's
No
middle
thing.
tower is under attack.
No thing, I'm just gonna go high ground, man.
Tower is under
Skellies
I
from
was
HFN on the tier 3.
I was just trying to think, like, you know, what the angle for Unknown in here is. Can they do anything to try and come back? Oh, they got one.
That's a big zip. False promise, beautifully timed. They'll save Matthew here. Sure, he's silenced, but they've got the heals. And HFN jumps in with Oscar. Decent ravage catching Kotal and Mars. They'll take the single pick off. And then retreat because their creep wave has been cut by Burner, who is soloing a tier 1. Well, Drakil's
I think
gone
we've
in on
seen
Matthew.
Burna play Juggernaut like this before, where he just farmed
And then the game
and
ended.
split pushed. And he got a lot of items that time, but yeah, this time around he's getting punished. Oh boy, he used Omni on a reincarnation here.
Oh, they don't even get the reincarnation, do they? They might just lose the Jugger. In we go. Anchor Smash Gush. Burner dead with buyback available. Reincarn is popped. Blink forward from HFN, though, looking for the Mirana, who's glimmered and leaped. And there's a DD rune bottom, which would be a wonderful grab here for NoPing. Easily cleave through these buildings.
Okay, I was gonna say, maybe if the Juggernaut continued to split push like that and got, like, you know, another item, Mjolnir perhaps, after Aghanims. But no, he's dead.
He sure is. And another Yules. Mars gets his arena off before dying, but it is a very quick death. And HFN's already into the back, hunting the Kotal while Storm zips in, zips out, realizes he has nothing to do in that fight.
HFN?
And Matthew.
That's not your base, bro.
Oh yeah, look at him go. Matthew's
He
hunting
was
the
at the
Mirana.
mountain.
Oh my god, the damage from HFN. Yodomi gone for 30 seconds. Reincarnation is ready again. It's level 3. That's an 18k net worth. Level 19 Wraith King at your doorstep. I don't know about his Lord and Savior, but this is not someone you want to let into your house right now.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Dark Mago just like outranging the tower bottom lane as well. Oh, the jump on the Jug. He can spin, but it's a lot of physical damage, bringing him to about half HP immediately. And he's had to TP home. Well, he was home. He's had to TP deeper home into the fountain. From home to home.
I was gonna say, where is he going?
Okay, right. It's time to put this one to bed, I think. It is nap time for Unknown. NoPing just looking so much better. Yules, Matthew finds the Mars into the Remnant. HF Ben's going to hunt the Kotl. 5 hits, 6 hits. Oh, Glimmercape buys a little bit of time for him. But they have no Mars, no Arena, and maybe a chance.
Got him to the fountain.
Drag him in. Reincarnation pops.
Nice.
They've got Ravage. Oscar is holding it. The final moment when he needs to use it, gets the Storm Spirit, buyback from Robo Z, blast at Jeff and onto Dark Mago, the Omni Slash, that's a Swift Slash. Aghanim's is up on the Juggernaut now, so he pops a little one back into Fountain. He's got the big Omni ready. No single targets here isolated just yet though. And trapped inside that Remnant means that Yadomi on the left-hand side of the base gets sniped out by the Viper.
You know what, Gary? I love this unkillable strats from NoPing, you know, but cater to their players. Viper, Tidehunter, Oracle. The previous games it was like Dusa, Oracle plus Timbersaw. Just make sure your heroes can't die. You know what I said before, Gary? I said you can't do damage if you're dead.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So
stay alive.
That's NoPing. Yeah, NoPing just pick a bunch of tanky heroes. They do well on the lanes. They got this Oracle that the Unknown constantly have to go to, and the other heroes just do the damage because they're not being focused anymore. And if they do get gone on, then you got the Oracle saving them. I think NoPing has a lot of, they have a